Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 13, 2021 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim and this is SunStar Tonight. The Department of Health Central Visayas says over 10 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines are expected to be delivered to the country this month alone. The agency also said COVID-19 vaccine certificates for international travel may be issued beginning August. Shari Coronel reports.
The country is expecting over 10 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines to be delivered by the end of this month. Dr. Mary Jean Loreche, the spokesperson of the Visayas Vaccination Operations Center, said that the allocation is a mixture of the brands AstraZeneca, Sinovac, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. So far, the country received around 1.1 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccines donated by the Japanese government, another 2 million AstraZeneca doses from the COVAX facility, and around 132,000 Sputnik V doses procured by the government. Another 5 million doses of Sinovac procured by the government, over 350,000 Pfizer procured by the government, and around 3 million Johnson & Johnson from the COVAX facility are expected to arrive in the country in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Loreche also announced that the Department of Information and Communications Technology may begin issuing COVID-19 vaccine certificates for international travel by August. Vaccination cards being issued by local government units will still be accepted but only for domestic travel. Earlier, the Department of the Interior and Local Government said it is coming up with measures to prevent the proliferation of fake vaccination cards for domestic travel. The Interagency Task Force passed a resolution allowing fully vaccinated travelers to present a vaccination card in lieu of a negative RT-PCR test result. However, the IATF clarified that LGUs can still require RT-PCR test as entry requirement. Chari Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
Healthcare workers from Cebu who were deployed to the National Capital Region Plus for 3 months have returned, and they have also received their incentives. Kenneth Torres reports.
The Cebu City government has released the cash incentive to the 80 healthcare workers who were deployed to NCR Plus to help the medical workforce there battling a surge in COVID-19. The city government pledged to give 10,000 pesos per month, or a total of 30,000 to each medical worker. Attorney Mary Rose Lubino, the chief of staff of the office of the city mayor, confirmed that the 80 healthcare workers have returned to Cebu after 3 months of deployment in the hospitals in Metro Manila and neighboring provinces. Lubino added that some of these healthcare workers are now deployed to provinces of Bohol and Negros Island, which are now experiencing a steady rise in COVID-19 cases. Aside from the Cebu City government, it can be recalled that the Office of the Presidential Assistant for the Visayas and the Cebu Provincial Government also pledged to provide incentives to the volunteer healthcare workers on top of their salaries that they have received from their mother units. OPAV said it will provide each volunteer a cash incentive of 5,000 pesos per month, or a total of 15,000 pesos for 3 months, while the Cebu Provincial Government also promised another 15,000 incentive for 3 months, as well as an additional 10,000 pesos to be given upon their return to Cebu, which was already released. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board Central Visayas issued citation tickets after the operators of 15 public transport vehicles were found not to have followed the minimum health standards. Chari Coronel reports.
The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB Central Visayas, has issued citation tickets against drivers of 15 public transport vehicles for violating the minimum public health standards. LTFRB Central Visayas Director Eduardo Muntialto Jr. said that common violations were the failure to implement the wearing of face shields and physical distancing. Muntialto also said that they have been receiving complaints from commuters that some PUV drivers were ferrying passengers more than the allowed 75% capacity under the modified general community quarantine. Last week, the Cebu City Transportation Office flagged down PUVs that were caught not overloading passengers. The transportation agency reminded the PUV drivers and operators to strictly implement the health protocols. Under the new normal, PUVs must have plastic barriers. Wearing of face masks and face shields must be implemented. The agency also called on to the public to report earring drivers. Chare Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
The Commission on Higher Education is now accepting applications for its scholarship program for incoming college freshmen. Kenneth Torres reports.
The Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, is now accepting applicants for its scholarship program for academic year 2021 to 2022. Graduating senior high school or incoming college freshmen can apply for the program online until August 15, 2021. To qualify, applicants must have a general weighted average of at least 93%, and the combined annual gross income of parents or guardian does not exceed 400,000 pesos. For state scholarship program, CHED will provide up to 80,000 pesos annual benefits, while for private education student financial assistance program, the agency will provide up to 120,000 pesos annual benefits. For Central Visayas, priority courses of the scholarship program include Science Information Technology Education, Business Education and Related Program, Engineering and Communication. Applicants may apply online through the link that can be seen on your screen. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Sherry Ann Lim. Thanks for watching SunStar Tonight. See you again tomorrow. Good night.